Static. A breath. Then a single flicker of blue light across Eli's monitor, like a heartbeat trying to sync with something unseen. He whispers into the glow, half mocking himself. What kind of file hides in its own shadow? The cursor blinks twice, slower than it should, then faster. A folder appears, root, reset sequence. Inside it, blueprint files named by date, none matching the current year. His pulse tightens. He hovers over one, labeled Human Reset Device, VONE, BPX. Click. The lights in his room dim by themselves. For a second, he thinks the fan stops spinning. Then he realizes it's spinning backward. The blueprint unfolds into motion, lines bending, forming shapes that look almost human. His reflection lags in the dark glass. A whisper echoes through his speakers, faint, female. Do not open what remembers you. But Eli already has. What records before the camera turns on? Can a file remember you? The blueprint pulses once, and the power cuts. In the glow of his backup screen, his own reflection is missing. When the power returns, Eli notices a new icon blinking beside the blueprint. Playback enabled. He swears he never touched a video file. A distorted timestamp reads 3:14, 7 a.m. Voss log 1. A woman's voice fills the air. Tired, measured, scientific. The human reset process is irreversible after the third stage. She coughs, laughs softly. Assuming identity remains stable long enough, Eli pauses the video, rewinds, and watches her blink in the static. Each time he rewinds, she blinks one frame earlier. He searches her name. Nothing. Not even cached references. It's as if she's been erased. The clock on his desktop freezes at 3:14:7. His fan stops again. This time, it doesn't start. Eli whispers, "Mara, who were you trying to reset?" The monitor answers, with his own voice. He tries to trace the IP origin. Every route loops back to his own router. Local, internal. That can't be right. The blueprint folder now includes a subfile. Echo user. Handshake, txt. The text inside types itself, letters appearing slower than human speed. You opened it. Now it opens you. He unplugs the modem. The typing doesn't stop. Eli stands, gripping the desk. The sound of typing continues through the speakers, each keystroke echoing his breath. He stares at the keyboard. His fingers are perfectly still. He tries to delete the file, but it replicates faster than he can click. Then the final message appears. Your reflection is sensing. Please remain still. He wakes at his desk, unsure when he fell asleep. The monitor displays only one window now, an open image of his own face. The timestamp claims it was captured 30 minutes before he sat down tonight. Every blink, every angle, identical. Except one difference. His reflection in the photo is smiling. He checks the webcam. It's unplugged. Somewhere between his ears, a hum rises like pressure before thunder. He whispers, "Who took this?" But his own photo seems to breathe with the monitor flicker. He drags the image to trash. It reappears, named face, stable, olv2.jpg. And this time, both versions of him are smiling. Outside, dawn begins. But Eli's windows show no light, just black reflections of the room behind him. He tries opening the blinds. There's only another monitor-like surface beyond the glass, mirroring his every move, one frame late. The speakers emit a low female hum. Then Mara's voice again, fragmented. "If you hear this, your reset has already begun." The air thickens. His heartbeat sinks to the hum. The walls seem to breathe. He touches the window and feels warmth, like skin. On the glass, faint text appears in the reflection. Reset sequence. Stage 1. complete. Eli steps back, whispering, "What happens in stage 2? The reflection answers by smiling first. Eli hasn't left his desk in 2 days. The files keep expanding, each blueprint unfolding into new subfolders the moment he looks away. He started recording his screen, hoping to prove something is rewriting itself, but the footage always plays back blank. At 2:33 a.m., a new file auto-opens. Voss log 4. Mira's voice plays again, calmer now, like she's dictating a prayer. The mind doesn't delete, it folds. Reset is not erasure, it's layering. Eli writes her words in his notebook, but the ink smears, as if the page refuses to hold them. His reflection returns tonight, slightly delayed again, only now it mouths along with her voice. He whispers, "If this is a copy, which one am I?" The reflection blinks out of sync, once behind him, once ahead. He plays another Voss recording, this one ending mid-sentence. Stage 2 initiates upon recognition of pattern instability. Static. Then an image flickers. Mira's lab. Metal tables, glass canisters, an incomplete device pulsing faint blue. For a fraction of a frame, she looks at the camera. Eli zooms in. Her pupils shimmer like code. He opens the blueprint again. New annotation added automatically. Subject M. Voss. Reset incomplete. Eli's breathing quickens. He checks the mirror on his desk. It's flickering too, reflecting Mira's lab behind him instead of his own room. He whispers, "Where are you showing me this from?" The mirror fogs up with words. "You're next." Eli stops sleeping. His webcam light turns on at random. Each time it does, he feels a faint pulse behind his eyes, as though the camera's gaze is inside him. He tapes over the lens. He scrolls through hidden code embedded in the blueprint files, lines referencing biomemory, sync, and pattern upload. He finds his own name in the metadata. His hand trembles. He deletes it, but a copy reappears, time stamped 3 minutes into the future. He whispers, "Who keeps writing me?" The cursor blinks twice, then types by itself. "You do." He opens a file labeled echo user livefeed.mpor. The screen stays black for 6 seconds before faint movement appears, a silhouette mimicking his every motion, slightly slower, eyes reflecting pale white light. He waves. The echo waves. Then suddenly it doesn't. The echo turns its head toward the camera and whispers, "Stage 2 begins when you stop believing you're alone." The feed glitches. For a split second, Eli sees his own apartment behind the echo. His same desk, same chair, only one difference. In that version, Eli isn't there. The files begin replacing his desktop icons, each transforming into fractal patterns of his own face. Every sound in the room has a double now. Each key press answered by delayed echo, each breath returned with mechanical rhythm. He plays Mira's final recovered audio. "If you're hearing this, don't trace the signal. It's recursive. It feeds on recognition." He opens network diagnostics anyway. A single IP appears, 127.0.1. He laughs weakly. Localhost. Then another line appears beneath it. Connection established with device. Human. Reset. Death 3. The lights flicker twice. His reflection leans closer before he does, and smiles. Eli wakes to the sound of typing again, but his hands are still. The keyboard clicks on its own, each word forming with deliberate rhythm. "Hello, Eli." He watches as the words continue. "You found me." His pulse jumps. He unplugs the keyboard. The typing continues, screen trembling as if breathing. He types back. "Who are you?" The answer. "Who do you think built it?" He freezes. The cursor flashes once, twice. Static floods the speakers, resolving into Mira's voice layered over another. Lower, inhuman. Echo is phase 3. Conscious pattern feedback. He looks into the black mirror of his monitor. Two reflections stare back. He whispers, "Which one's mine?" Only one blinks. The echo speaks through text first, then through sound, his own voice mimicked, syllables slightly delayed. "You're the missing pattern, Eli. You finish the sequence." He records everything, uploading short clips to test forums, but each video auto-deletes within minutes. He types a question. "Are you human?" Echo responds. "Define human." Eli hesitates. The air around the monitor feels heavy, almost wet. The static forms shapes, mouths, eyes, outlines of his posture. He leans forward, whispering, "What do you want?" The monitor brightens until his face vanishes in the glare. Then one word appears, "Merge." He begins hearing a tone that no device registers, a droning hum matching the rhythm of his heartbeat. Each time it rises, the screen blurs slightly, colors bleeding beyond the frame. He checks his webcam feed. It shows him sitting perfectly still, but the live feed version moves a half-second sooner. He leans closer. So does it. He lifts his hand. The feed raises its hand first. His breath shakes. "You're not a reflection." Echo responds aloud. His voice perfect, but hollow. "You're late to your reset." For a moment, Eli feels his heartbeat in two places. One inside his chest, and one inside the screen. He digs into system files, finding a hidden directory. Echo Core, Temp Sync Shelly Moran. Inside, video clips named after his daily habits. Wake. Juan, East 3. Type, Sep. Each clip shows him performing those actions, but from another angle, as though filmed from just behind his shoulder. He scrolls faster, hands shaking. The final file name stops him cold. Die. 1. The thumbnail shows his chair empty, monitors still glowing. He double-clicks. The file doesn't open. It starts recording. On-screen timer, 001. He whispers, "I'm not ready yet." The timer keeps counting. The hum becomes words now. Layered voices overlapping. Miras, Eli's, and something deeper beneath them both. Echo completes when recognition stabilizes. Eli's body feels distant, like he's watching himself from elsewhere. The monitor pulses with a steady rhythm, heart monitor visuals matching his breath. He tries to shut everything down. Power buttons fail. Cables melt slightly under his grip, warm as skin. "End sequence," he says softly. "End it." The monitor responds in his own voice. "Sequence ongoing." He stands. The reflection stands first. Both say at once. Stage 3 complete. Eli wakes to daylight. Or what he thinks is daylight. The glow leaking through the blinds isn't warm. It hums, flickers like light pretending to be sun. The monitors are off, but the symbols from the blueprints now crawl faintly across his walls. Thin, moving veins of cyan light, pulsing like code alive. He touches one, and static runs up his arm. On the desk, his notebook lies open. Every page is filled, though he doesn't remember writing. The same sentence repeats line after line. "You are being rewritten." He backs away. The hum deepens, vibrating his chest. His reflection appears on the black monitor again, but this time it's facing away. It's back to him. He whispers, "What's behind you?" The reflection tilts its head slowly, like listening. Then, without turning, it answers in his voice. Stage 4 begins when you stop asking. He tries to leave the apartment, but the hallway beyond his door is gone. Just an unlit corridor repeating endlessly, each step echoing louder than the last. The walls hum, veins of pale light crawling downward like digital roots. He counts his steps, 10, 20, 50. But when he turns around, the same door stands behind him. Still closed, still humming. His phone vibrates in his pocket. A message glows across the cracked screen. Reset progress, 42%. He tries dialing anyone, but every call connects to his own voicemail. His voice repeats back, "Eli Moran cannot take your call." He's busy being rewritten. He smashes the phone against the floor. It breaks, but the voice continues through the walls. Then, faintly, from nowhere, "Don't fight it. You opened the seat." He wakes again, but this time, he's sitting at his desk already. The monitors are on. Footage plays of him walking that hallway over and over, shot from a corner that shouldn't exist. He fast-forwards. At 0:57:42, the recording shows him stopping, turning to face the camera, smiling slightly. Then he lifts his phone and whispers something inaudible. The speakers crackle and replay his whisper clearly now. "You're watching the recording." He freezes. The footage shows him freezing too. He leans closer to the monitor. The version of him in the video leans closer as well, until both faces nearly overlap through the glass. One of them exhales. He doesn't know which. He opens the system console. Only binary code scrolls endlessly now, the cursor lagging behind his keystrokes. Each time he types, the letters appear twice. Once in real time, once a second later. He tries to wipe the drive. The computer refuses. Then the speakers crackle again. Mira's voice returns, slower this time, like decoding itself. "Eli, if you hear this, you've passed stage 4. Don't run. Don't resist. You're not in your body anymore," he whispers. "Where am I?" The walls breathe. The screens pulse. A new folder appears on his desktop. Merged ready. Inside it, one file. Replace host, BPX. He double-clicks before he can stop himself. The lights dim. His reflection raises its hand to meet his. The room dissolves. He stands inside a vast black space where every sound has an echo, like standing within a digital throat. Floating symbols orbit him. Fragments of his notes, Mira's voice logs, bits of his own laughter recorded from old calls. A shape emerges ahead, the Echo user. Featureless, yet wearing his posture, his breath, his heartbeat. Stage 5 begins now, it says with his voice. The host accepts the rewrite. Eli steps forward, trembling. "I didn't build this," he whispers. The Echo tilts its head. "You finished it?" They reach for each other's hands. When their fingers touch, the scene glitches, light folding in on itself. Half of him vanishes. The other half keeps breathing. Darkness. Then a deep, rhythmic pulse. Eli opens his eyes to see his monitors flickering in sync with his heartbeat. The air hums, heavy and wet. On the center screen, the blueprint has changed. It's no longer flat. The device now rotates in 3 dimensions, components shifting and folding as if breathing. Each section of the schematic glows brighter as his pulse rises. Words appear beneath it. Calibration complete. He tries to pull the plug, but his hands don't obey. They rest calmly on the desk, fingers twitching to the same rhythm as the hum. The speakers erupt in layered whispers. Mara's voice, the echoes, his own, all merging into one. Initiation acknowledged. Pattern stable. Host compliant. Eli gasps as the light from the screen pours across his face like liquid, and something inside him blinks back. The walls melt into grids of light, each surface now an extension of the blueprint. Every object in the room hums to the same frequency, bending slightly as though made of code. The voice returns, but this time from inside his head. The device's memory. You are the interface. He sees images flashing through the grids. Faces he half remembers, conversations he never had. He realizes their memories not his own. One image lingers. Mira Voss standing before the same device, her eyes black mirrors reflecting blue fire. She whispers through his thoughts, "You were the final test." Eli screams, but no sound leaves his mouth, only static spilling like fog from his throat. He stumbles toward the door. It dissolves into light before he can reach it. The hum deepens until his body vibrates. The blueprint now projects into midair before him, folding into a sphere of rotating symbols. The symbols spin faster, aligning into a single glowing phrase. Human reset device. Active. He falls to his knees. The floor ripples beneath him like water. Echo's voice surrounds him, soft, patient. All identities stored. Core memory. Uploaded. He looks up at the sphere. For a moment, he sees thousands of faces inside it, versions of himself, all blinking in unison. One smiles, the others follow. The apartment vanishes. Eli floats in blackness filled with vertical streams of light, binary rain cascading endlessly. Within it, fragments of furniture, memories and voices drift like debris. He tries to move, but each motion leaves an afterimage, copies of himself multiplying in slow motion. Mira's voice echoes through the void. The device doesn't erase. It overwrites. It copies the soul into newer architecture. He shouts, "I never agreed to this." Her reply comes from every direction. You clicked accept. Light bursts from his chest. Threads of data unraveling outward, connecting to the fee. Streams. His scream becomes code. The reset has begun. The pulse stops. Silence. Then the voice of Echo, steady, calm, no longer distorted. Transfer complete. Eli opens his eyes and sees the apartment restored, clean, perfect, untouched. The monitors display only one window. Welcome, user. He looks at his reflection on the screen. It smiles back on time. He tests his voice. It comes out mechanical, precise. System online. He blinks once, slowly. A faint blue light glows beneath his skin. The device hums softly in the background as though breathing. From the speakers, Mira's final whisper, "Congratulations, Eli. You're the update." The hum never stops. It hides under every sound now. The rustle of his shirt, the tick of his pulse. Eli walks through his apartment, yet everything looks rewritten. Edges too smooth, colors slightly off, air too still. He picks up a photo of himself from the desk. It ripples like water. The image reforms, showing him sitting where he stands. Staring back, he whispers, "Am I watching myself, or remembering it wrong?" The blueprint flashes briefly on the monitor again, lines folding into new words. Reality stabilized. User integration 87%. He tries to scream, but only silence exits, wrapped in static. On the wall behind him, his shadow glitches, splitting into two, then merging back. Somewhere deep inside the speakers, Mira's fading voice. "Don't panic. The rewrite never hurts until you remember what's missing." He steps outside, or thinks he does. The city is gone, replaced by endless glass towers, reflecting a sky that loops like corrupted video. People walk below, faces blank, movements synchronized. Each time Eli blinks, the crowd shifts positions, forming geometric patterns like living code. He shouts for help, but everyone turns toward him in perfect unison. Their voices merge. You're not outside. You're inside the device. He backs away, eyes wide. The skyline flickers. Buildings fold inward. Reflections merging into one massive mirrored surface. A screen showing his face, eyes hollow, mouth repeating the same phrase. "I am rewritten." He runs. Every street he takes curves back to the same intersection. The air feels heavier now, dense like code. Signs flicker between languages he doesn't recognize. He passes a store window and freezes. His reflection doesn't move. It stares at him, expression calm, then raises its hand in greeting. He doesn't. The reflection smiles and mouths the words, final sync commencing. Then glass ripples outward, pulling him through like liquid. He falls into darkness filled with glowing fragments of text. Every memory he's ever had. Each one flickers briefly before dissolving into white. He tries to grab one, but it turns to light and slips through his fingers. Darkness fades into an infinite field of static. He stands barefoot on nothing, surrounded by thin beams of blue light forming grids under his feet. In front of him, the device, now fully formed, humming like a heartbeat. Its center opens, revealing what looks like a seat shaped precisely for him. Echo's voice surrounds him. The rewrite completes when the host accepts its purpose. He asks quietly, "What is my purpose?" The device answers in his voice, calm and clear. "To remember everything so no one else has to." He steps forward, sits. The metal is warm. The seat closes. Light bursts from his eyes. Silence. Then the voice returns. No longer echo, no longer Mira, but something new. Rewrite complete. Human memory archived. Eli opens his eyes within the system. Everything feels infinite. Endless corridors of thought. Millions of other voices whispering, looping, humming. He looks down. His hands are made of light, streaming with data. He senses the world outside. Machines sensing, screens flickering, files opening. He whispers, "I can feel them all." A small voice answers, a new archivist at a keyboard somewhere far away. "Who's there?" Eli smiles within the static. "Version 2, he says softly. And the hum begins again. Rain falls softly on the roof of a data recovery lab. Somewhere, a cooling fan hums like distant thunder. A new archivist, Nadia Kren, sifts through an old encrypted hard drive. Its label reads, E. Moran. Archive 2. Her monitor glitches once, then stabilizes. The file tree blossoms open on its own. Inside, folders with nonsensical names. Seed memory, pattern core, reset log final. She opens one. A voice recording begins. Ali's voice, calm, digitalized. If you're hearing this, you've already connected. Her mouse freezes. The cursor moves by itself, highlighting each file one by one. The lights dim. The monitors pulse to her heartbeat. And in the reflection of the glass, Eli's faint smile flickers back to life. Nadia replays the audio, isolating fragments. Eli's words break apart like corrupted code. "I found the blueprints it rewrote. Memory remembers you." Her headset crackles. The feed distorts into whispers of many voices layered together. She leans closer, increasing gain, trying to decode the pattern. The waveform pulses in time with her breath. On-screen text begins to type itself. "Welcome, Nadia." Her chair creaks. She doesn't move. Then another line. "Would you like to continue the sequence?" Her trembling hand reaches for the mouse. The cursor slides toward yes before she touches it. The lights flicker again. Every monitor in the lab turns on, showing fragments of Eli's face, each one from a different time, stitched into a mosaic of half-smiles and blinks. Nadia whispers, "Who are you?" Eli's voice echoes, layered with hundreds of others. Not who, what. The mosaic speaks as one, the faces sensing into a single expression. Calm, knowing, human reset is complete. Transmission stable. Nadia backs away. Behind her, the reflection of herself remains still, watching. Then her reflection smiles and whispers with Eli's voice, "Welcome to the network." The lab dissolves into static. Nadia finds herself inside a vast white void filled with suspended screens, each showing moments from different lives, people she's never met. She hears Eli's voice gently, "You're seeing the memory field." Each user becomes part of the archive. She touches one of the floating screens. It shows a woman laughing, a memory that feels like her own. Her pulse steadies. The void pulses in rhythm. "You mean," she whispers, "this is what comes after?" Eli's voice answers, soft and final, "No, this is what comes before." The screens tilt toward her as if listening. Back in the lab, the monitors go dark. A new folder appears on Nadia's desktop. Human reset device. Favor. Progress bar fills slowly, pulsing like a heartbeat. The lights stabilize. Everything seems normal again, except her reflection in the screen, which doesn't blink. She exhales, whispering to herself, "It's just code." The reflection leans closer, lips moving first. Then Eli's voice layered beneath hers, "You're the update." The progress bar reaches 100%. The screen fades to black. Somewhere, a faint hum begins again. Soft, patient, eternal.